afternoon. Can you please state your name?
Hi, my name is Sophia Shi.
And Sophia, tell me, what was the best day that you had this summer?
The best day I had. I was doing an internship at a USC university.
My name is Sophia Shi. I am a junior at Vanderbilt University. I was originally from Shanghai, China, and I'm currently studying psychology and cognitive studies here.
In what field are you thinking about studying?
I really want to major in education, and that's just because I've been exposed to so many kinds of different education systems.
So I think something that has stayed the same but also changed a little bit is my passion for education. In high school, I really was passionate about giving students the best type of in-classroom experience that they could have. So providing the best types of teachers, the best curriculum and materials, and making them try to fulfill their best potential. And that's still something I'm really passionate about today in college. But I think I have learned a lot more about the kind of inequity in education, especially in terms of resource access, how a lot of students just don't have that same type of level or same type of playing field to start their education in. So now I'm more passionate about the inequity aspect of education and trying to provide accessible resources to everyone.
What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
Ooh, I remember this question. I remember it was a tough question, but I actually liked my response, so I think that was the one I starred.
The biggest risk. I'd say that it is choosing where I grew up. So I've actually lived in a bunch of places, and my parents were always really open and letting me decide what kind of education I wanted, what kind of place I wanted to live in. And at the end, I chose to come to this school I'm in now, and stay here for 9 years because I feel like it really is who I am. It really brings out the best in me.
The biggest risk I've taken recently would be to fly back to the US in the middle of a pandemic. It's definitely just in terms of physical health, I think that's a very big risk to be coming back to a very volatile society. But the reason why I decided to take that risk is because I knew I valued a lot of the things I have on campus that I just won't be able to access remotely. I have some labs on campus and on-campus activities and clubs and organizations that just wasn't possible remote. And it was a very difficult decision to make. I went back and forth so many times and definitely had ignited a lot of arguments with my parents. But at the end of the day, here I am in America, and I'm very happy about the risk I took. I think that as a student, you have to just kind of prioritize what's the most important thing for you. And of course, health and safety is the most important thing for everyone. But being able to try to protect against coronavirus while you can maximize your studying experience is, I think, the final factor that convinced me to come back.
To describe myself, I'm a very proactive person. I think that whatever I do, I do it before people ask me to do it.
So just reflecting on the change I see in myself within the past 3-4 years, I think something I noticed right away is I'm a lot more clear about who I am as a person, as opposed to a little while back ago in high school. I see myself in that interview, and I was projecting a lot of traits and personality throughout my conversation with the interviewer. But back then, I couldn't see it for myself. So even though I was giving other people a really heavy sense of who I am, I wasn't quite sure of who I am personally. So I was still in that sort of identity search phase. And then now, I think when I tell people about who I am, or when I just try to reflect upon who I am, that becomes a much clearer image to me. And I think it's built on these couple years of college where I've been exploring a lot of different subjects, both academically and personally. And that has really made me gain a lot more clarity about who I am and what I want to do with my life.